You know what this bag means. This is the next Hooks and Needles Annie's Kit Club for crochet. It just arrived. So for those of you who are unaware, what I do is I unbox this for you. I talk about it a little bit, and then I show you what the project looks like all finished, and we talk a little more. So if you're curious, stick around. If this is too much of a spoiler alert for you, we'll catch you in the next video. Hello, my name is Sig. This is Essential Crochet, and you are always welcomed here. Subscribe now for more great videos like this in the future. Now let's get started. So per usual, I have taken the yarn out of the plastic so that you don't have to listen to the crinkling sound. I know it's quite disruptive to some people, and I don't particularly enjoy it myself. So this is just how I do things for those of you who are new to my channel. So as we can see, we've got this really kind of pretty, it's sort of reminiscent of like a landscape yarn, or I know that Loops and Threads has one. I believe they call it Facets. So it's kind of in that vein. It's the same kind of almost roving yarn. If it were any less twisted, it would be probably considered a roving. It has a really nice halo. It's 100% acrylic. I'd say it's about medium soft. It's not super soft, but it's not super rough either. It's kind of right there in the middle somewhere. It is a size 2. It's a fine weight, and I would agree with that assessment. I think this yarn is about a 2. It's 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. And for my 100 grams, I'm going to get 300 yards of this. 100% acrylic. So this yarn, you'll be able to wash on gentle and cool water, and you'll even be able to tumble dry this on gentle or low heat. So that makes it convenient. Do not bleach, do not iron, which I guess would go without saying when you're talking in terms of acrylic. So that's nice. That'll be interesting to see how that works up. Now, the image of the shawl that we get is right here. It's called the Lacy Mesh Shawl. So I actually like it with the tassels. I think that adds that little extra bit of something to what would otherwise just be a really nice basic shawl. Oh, that's good. So apparently it seems that there is some kind of a misprint, or something went wrong in terms of the instructions or the pattern. So they've slipped in a little notice that makes those pattern corrections. Let's consider it. And then, per usual, we got the list of what we need and what they gave us. So this tells us that the kit is a fine sport weight acrylic, that we get 3 skeins of this black, pink, and burgundy variegated yarn. It tells us that we're going to need a size H, or also known as an 8 size, or if you work with a metric system, a 5mm crochet hook. They're also telling, depending on how you crochet, maybe you need to make a different hook in order to get the proper gauge. You'll need a tapestry needle. And then they're suggesting a piece of cardboard, which is optional. So my guess is this is what's going to be used to actually make the tassel with. It's considered an advanced or ambitious beginner level, and considered easy. And, by the looks of this design, being mesh, I'm going to suspect that it is going to be fairly simple and it's going to work up fairly quickly. But like I said, even for a simple piece, this is not a bad looking shawl. This is nice. It's simple. It's pleasant. I'm not unhappy with that. So we have the crochet side, and then we have the knit size. So if you're a knitter, this is basically what your piece should knit up to. So it's always interesting to see how the self-striping of the variegations differ between knitting and crochet, kind of how that look is a little different. But anyway, so that's about it with that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crochet this up so we can all see what that looks like. And I will give you my thoughts and opinions on that here in just a moment. Okay, she's finished. So my thoughts. I really do think that this piece is a solid, advanced beginner, ambitious beginner project. And really the only reason I say that is because when you start, it can be a little tricky. Not that it's tricky, but if you're not used to reading the pattern, because the pattern can be kind of tricky. So there again, this is one of those projects that you might want to watch the video on. I'm sure if you watch the video, if you just can't figure it out through the written pattern, if you watch the video, you go, oh, okay, that's easy. But if you're not used to reading patterns or figuring out what it is the pattern maker is trying to tell you, then it can be a little tricky. Otherwise, it really is quite an easy project. Even I think a beginner who maybe has access to the video or has access to somebody just kind of helping them get through the first, couple of rows, I think are going to do just fine. Really, they're just going to have to watch their attention, and you're going to get so much practice with this particular shawl. Also, I think it's just one of those kit pieces that a beginner will be happy to do and even possibly happy to wear. It's not bad looking. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. The colors can be worked into easily into your wardrobe. It's not. Basically, I just think that this particular project was relatively well thought out for the beginner. So I'm impressed with that. I always like to see pieces that are designed in a way that have a high success rate, but can be done by people who are just learning. So I think that helps to encourage and boost confidence. So with that said, this was a real simple project to get completed within a couple of hours, 3, maybe 4 hours watching television. If you're just kind of working through it. If you're brand new, it might take you a weekend. But I did, however, make a few changes. So let me show you what those were. So before I get to telling you what these minor changes were, and of course this has no reflection on the pattern itself, this is just what I chose to do with the shawl I was making. But first of all, I would say that 2 skeins satisfies the width of this shawl as indicated in the pattern. So with the 2 skeins, I was able to easily get a width of 61 inches, which was the pattern size, which was what was indicated in the instructions. However, I can easily see how this was going to fit a petite person or an average sized woman, someone who's probably, in the ballpark of a 9 or a 10 maybe. But any larger than that, and you might have found that your shawl was going to maybe not fit or drape the way you wanted it to drape. So I was really pleased that they actually give you that 3rd skein. So with that 3rd skein, you can keep going. And I went several more rows, and I stopped at about 72, 73 inches. So, another 12 inches beyond what they had initially indicated. And of course, they encourage you to do that if you need to make it larger. So how I handled this was, after I made my 61 inches, I used up my first 2 skeins of yarn. I then took the 3rd skein, and that's where I made my tassels first, so I wouldn't be playing yarn chicken. So I made my tassels, and then I went and I added a few more rows, which extended the width of my shawl. Now, I wanted my shawl to have a little extra weight to it. So what I did was I decided to then go ahead and just simply double crochet along the 2 downward pointing edges of my fabric. So I double crocheted those, and then along the top of my fabric, I just simply single crocheted. And then I went and I finished my piece by doing a single crochet in the back loops only of the 2 downward pointing edges of my shawl. Now, that's what I did. That's because that's what I thought would give the additional weight to my shawl. Now, that wasn't in the instructions. That's not what they had indicated to do, just to give you a heads up. And I didn't do this because I thought that there was anything wrong with the pattern. I did this just because of my own personal preference. Now, at the end of doing all that, I got a shawl that fit. I weighted it on the bottom edge to my taste. I got my tassels, and I still had a little bit of yarn left. So I was really pleased to see that they really did give you plenty of yarn in order to really make this piece work for you. And so I have to give them a little bit of an applaud for that, just because you just never know what you're going to get in a kit, and some of these kits are, certainly hit and miss from one kit to the next. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. I think this is a fantastic beginner piece and an easy to make over a weekend or over an evening, depending on your skill level and your speed, without much thought. It's just, you just repeat it, you get into your rhythm, and you just go. It's just that simple. All right. Well, thanks for sticking around this long and checking me out for yet another video. You have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye now.